Hello, my name is Jessica Fox from Florida Virtual Bookkeeper, and today I want to talk to you about the Form W-9. There are a lot of misconceptions about it, so I hope that I can dispel the most common myths and show you the tips on how to fill it out correctly. This is an informational form that is required by businesses to be collected when they are paying for certain products and services. This is not automatically triggering a 1099 form, which is why a lot of people may be reluctant to issue it. It's just the information needed to determine if a 1099 form is needed. This information is not submitted to the IRS, it's just kept on file by the business that requested it as their due diligence in case there are ever a question by the IRS. Know that failure to provide a requested W-9 can result in backup withholding. The IRS actually requires businesses to withhold a percentage of all future payments until this information is provided. So do not be scared if you're asked for it. It's just a simple informational form. It's just one page that you can provide, and then you can get paid accordingly. So line 1, if you are an individual, is your full name. But if you have an LLC that is not taxed as a corporation, line 1 is still your full name. So if you have a DBA or you have a single member LLC, that's considered a disregarded entity, meaning that your business taxes are filed together with your personal tax return. They do not have a separate tax return. It goes your individual name in line 1 and then your DBA or LLC name in line 2. Now, section 3A is the section that has the most confusion, so I want to spend the bulk of my time here. If you're an individual or have a DBA, you will select individual and sole proprietor box. And again, if you have a disregarded LLC, meaning that your LLC files taxes as part of your personal taxes, it's not taxed like a corporation, guess what? You're also an individual and sole proprietor. So you will select that box, not the LLC box below it. If you are incorporated as a corporation originally, meaning that your business name usually has Inc. or Corporated or something along those lines, you will then select the corresponding box based on how you are taxed as a C corporation, S corporation, partnership, etc. Do refer to the EIN letter from the IRS. If you are not sure, do keep in mind that if you change how you are taxed after you applied for the EIN, then you will need to use the new classification, not the original one. If you're in doubt, just consult your tax advisor. This is a form that you can just fill out just once, and you do not have to fill it out over and over. You can just have it ready and signed for use anytime somebody requests it. Now, if you are an LLC and after you registered the LLC, you requested from the IRS to be taxed as a C corporation or a S corporation, you will check the LLC box. And then you would enter in this section the corresponding letter, C, S, or if you're a multi-member LLC, which files taxes as a partnership, you would enter P. I am not going to go into the other scenarios because those are rare, same with the exceptions. There are detailed instructions on the subsequent pages of this form where you can read and determine if those scenarios apply to you. Then in section 3B, you will want to just enter your address. This is the address that if a 1099 is needed, that it will be sent to. The requester's name and address and account numbers are optional. You do not need to fill these out. Usually what I do is I have a blanket W-9 that's filled out with these fields blank. So anytime somebody asks me for a W-9, I just say, here you go. And that way it saves you time and you do not have to think about these instructions and fill it out over and over again. Now, part 1 is very important, not to be skipped, and this is where you enter either the Social Security number or the employer identification number, not both. If you selected sole proprietor in the individual sole proprietor box, you have to enter your Social Security number. The only exception is if you applied for the IRS to provide a personal EIN, then you can use that to protect the safety of your social security number. The only time an LLC would enter an EIN is if it's taxed as a corporation. So if you apply for an LLC and you have a separate EIN letter for it, but your taxes are filed together, you do not have a separate tax return for your LLC, you need to enter either your social security number or your personal EIN if you have one, not the LLC's EIN. This is a very common mistake. If your LLC is taxed as a corporation, it's common for a lot of LLCs to be taxed as an S corporation. That is when you would enter the LLC's EIN in this field. Once again, there is additional information about this. There is the section here that tells you about the taxpayer identification number that you can read and learn more. This is in the same instructions that you can view. And if you have questions, ask your tax advisor. And then last but not least, you will just sign and date the form. So I hope that this is helpful. If you have any questions, I do offer consulting sessions, though I am not a tax advisor. If you have tax-related questions, please consult your tax advisor. Thank you and have a great day.